Hey, I'm Sean Graney, and I am the brand manager for World of Darkness. That means it's my job to set the direction for World of Darkness and all of its sub-brands like Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, etc. Also to understand all of the many varied audiences that come to us, to evangelize for World of Darkness inside of Paradox Interactive, as well as grow the portfolio. I have a couple of other roles as well. For example, herding all the cats in the World of Darkness team you're about to meet in this video, and keeping World of Darkness in the black.
I am Thomas Sarfert. I'm the brand art director for World of Darkness. I worked with role-playing games since 1995. My role is to develop the graphic style for our brands and make sure they are coherent in all our games and all our products.
Hi, my name is Martina Zich, also known as Outstar, and I am the brand community developer for World of Darkness.
I'm Justin Achille. I'm the brand creative lead for the World of Darkness at Paradox Interactive. That means I set the high-level creative vision for the World of Darkness and help creative partners tell the kind of stories they want to tell in the World of Darkness. It also means I get to wear this extremely cool light-up headset. Helps me find my way in the darkness. Basically, they're my gangrel eyes on the side of my head.
I'm Karim Muammar, brand editor for the World of Darkness and developer and system designer for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. My role is to work closely with partners in crafting concepts, narratives, and mechanics true to the World of Darkness in all of its forms.
Hello, I'm Jason Carl, World of Darkness brand marketing manager, and I'm joining my colleagues today to talk with you about a big change.
Tabletop role-playing games hold a very special place in everyone in this team's heart, except for Outstar. She removed her heart. And we know it's the soul and the connective tissue in this transmedia story world. And even today, it is the path by which many, many new fans join us, especially through streams like LA by Night, Vain Pursuit, and Seattle by Night. Even more so, though, through the hundreds of fantastic fan streams that are bringing different cities around the world to life. It's also where we lay everything bare for our fans to create chronicles, but also our partners to create World of Darkness products across all media. And it's for these reasons we brought IP development in-house.
World of Darkness is taking over the central creative development of our story universe. And that, of course, includes Vampire the Masquerade and Werewolf the Apocalypse.
IP development is the juicy stuff. It's the creation of all the foundational elements of the World of Darkness sub-brands. The IP development team creates the state of the world, the conflicts that drive the stories, and the organizations that are acting and reacting to those conflicts. It creates the core IP elements like clans or tribes, and the systems that underpin the kind of experiences fans expect from a sub-brand. This process generates a lot of material for use across the World of Darkness portfolio, from comic books to video games. But a significant amount of this material then gets turned into the core TTRPG products for each new line.
All the tabletop role-playing game books that are outside the core, as we define it, will be developed and published by our partners at Renegade Game Studios, and all the tabletop role-playing game books that are inside the core will develop in-house under Justin's creative leadership.
Well, Renegade and World of Darkness began our relationship with Vampire the Masquerade rivals. Working together, the team's passion for World of Darkness, their collaborative spirit, their ambition, and their responsiveness in the face of this really, really uncertain year, it showed us that we were heading in the same direction. What it means is that the IP development team at Paradox Interactive is focused on these core experiences and redeveloping the sub-brands, while Renegade is focused on extending the TTRPG line, broadening it, and bringing you all of the product and story content that you're seeking for your tabletop role-playing games. Well, of course, Justin Achille brings 30 years with the World of Darkness to his work. But importantly, he's also got decades working across multiple media under his belt, from books to video games to VR. This is extremely important for IP development on transmedia brands. He's also a mean DJ, and apparently undefeated at Street Fighter. If anyone at Capcom is watching, by the way, I'm very interested in having a conversation about Werewolf the Apocalypse. And if you've beaten Justin Achille at Street Fighter and you'd like to prove it, we'll find a prize for you.
Justin will lead the central creation of all the foundational material in the story universe, including tabletop role-playing games. Now, this is good for a number of reasons. It's good because it allows us to maintain a better consistency in tone and atmosphere across all kinds of different products in our story universe, from video games to board games, from comic books to tabletop role-playing games. And for tabletop role-playing game books in particular, it's good because, quite simply, it allows us to deliver more tabletop role-playing game content to you faster.
Community's input is very important for World of Darkness. That's why I was hired in the first place, to be this kind of a link in between you guys and the brand team, giving them all the feedback they gather from Discord, social media, and everywhere I go online. Because of the current changes to IP development, doing that for the TTRPG books that we're making is going to be easier than any time. Your feedback is going to go basically straight to the source, and we would love to work with you to make sure that our future TTRPG books are great.
You'll see some of this new core tabletop RPG content next month in the Vampire the Masquerade Companion that we're sharing with you as a holiday gift.
Reading your comments from all around the internet, we've noticed that you guys really want Tzimisce, Ravnos and Salubri to be in the V5. And with the huge help of the titan of work, Justin Akili, who has been working extremely quickly since he got hired for World of Darkness team as a creative lead, we are able to deliver you these three.
The Vampire the Masquerade Companion includes a bunch of new stuff for use in your tabletop RPG chronicles for Vampire the Masquerade. The book has 3 new clans in it. It has some new merits and flaws that you can use in your chronicle, and it also includes rules for ghouls and mortals. It's really cool. It takes a look also at how the different clans perceive coteries themselves, and each of them offers a unique take on what you could do in a coterie as a member of that clan. The 3 clans included in the Vampire the Masquerade Companion are the Tzimisce, the Salubri, and the Ravnos. The Ravnos clan represents the idea of the vampire as a deceiver or as a trickster. They even have a little bit of the divine spark in them. Their special discipline powers allow them to create hallucinations or illusions to make other people see or otherwise perceive things that aren't actually there.
You'll be able to craft minute hallucinations on the fly to distract your targets, or weave elaborate images in the minds of your enemies, limited almost only by your imagination.
The Ravnos are also somewhat haunted by things that have happened in their past. Every night, there's a chance that something that occurred deep in the kindred history catches up with the Ravnos, so they've always got to stay on the move. The Tzimisce represent ownership, possession, control. They're almost the vampire equivalent of a dragon atop of its hoard, jealously guarding everything it's collected. Their special powers allow them to reshape bone and flesh, turning themselves into horrific monstrosities or amazingly beautiful creatures, or even inflicting that sort of thing on other people.
I'm personally most excited about the Tzimisce because they now so clearly embody the Dracula archetype, with a concept focused on the vampire as the grasping dragon, Dracul of its namesake. The clan will be awesome to portray in the modern knights, with or without reliance on vicissitude. You'll be able to redistribute physical attributes, change appearance, and not to mention other more creative uses on yourself and others.
The Salubri are a clan that's seeking redemption. There are very few of them in the modern knights, perhaps as few as 7, and they are walkers of the path of Golconda, or at least try to maintain their humanity and erase the stains that they acquire from being vampires. It's very easy to find a Salubri because they all have a third eye in the middle of their forehead, and anytime they use disciplines, that third eye weeps blood. Their special ability allows them to heal. They can heal physical damage, they can heal emotional distress, they can perhaps even help others restore lost humanity or even usher them along the path of Golconda themselves.
As a Salubri, your clan disciplines will grant access to powers rare among vampires. Powers that allow you to mend another person's body, mind, and perhaps even their spirit. However, you will not be able to use these on yourself, but with a trustworthy coterie, you will be a force to be reckoned with. That is, assuming you ever find a trustworthy coterie, of course.
The clan I am personally most excited about is Salubri. We actually did a few of the playtests for Vampire the Masquerade Companion among the brand team, and I was able to play Salubri already, which was a blast. But there are so many things I love about them, not only the fact that they are so different because of the third eye. They're either extremely rare or they just know how to hide very well, and they have a very big reason to hide. One that is connected with their new Bane, which is not only the third eye.
I think the part I'm looking forward to most is the expanded rules for mortals and ghouls, because in our Vampire the Masquerade stories of personal horror, mortals and ghouls provide the perfect counterpoint to that descent into potential inhumanity of our vampire characters. They're a sharp contrast that help us reinforce that central theme of a beast I am, lest a beast I become.
Vampire the Masquerade Companion is written by myself, Karim Muammar, who's also on the World of Darkness brand team, Allison Seib, and Erica Fassett. We're also starting to work with diversity consultants and diversity readers. We want to make sure that we treat the topics in our game supplements with respect. We also want to make sure that we respect players. I'm really looking forward to players being able to get their hands on the Vampire the Masquerade Companion. But in particular, the 3 clans that are included in the book, this is the first time that they've made their appearance in 5th edition. So for new players, people new to the World of Darkness, this is something brand new they can bring into their games. And for players who have been with the World of Darkness for a long time, this is the return of some familiar but not necessarily friendly faces.
What is the art direction behind the companion? It's Wi-Fi style, like in the core book, slightly updated. A modern style, we don't want it to look like just another role-playing game, just like back in 1991. The first Vampire didn't look like all the other games at that time. Our style is influenced by modern magazines, album covers and so on. That is also why we use a mix of photos and illustrations in our games. In this book we are working with 4 illustrators. Peter Whitings, a Swedish illustrator, Krzysztof Bien from Poland. Then we work with Mark Kelly. Mark has worked with us in our core books. Then we have Martina Sisch, our own Martina, and it's the first time she is doing stuff for a vampire book, and she's really, really good. Yeah, and I also do some stuff myself for the books.
I'm also super happy to share that I am one of the artists featured in the companion. Some of my artworks are there in the book, and this is something I want to do for my whole life. So yeah, I'm very happy about that.
Testing was important, since the creative nature of these new powers, they can test the limits of any system. Hallucinatory or illusory powers in particular have been tricky in any system ever since 1st edition Dungeons & Dragons. So we carefully looked at how similar powers were handled in modern games, and then we tested our powers in a variety of situations, also creating some really memorable scenes within the brand team's mini chronicle. We hope that we've managed to squash most of the bugs, but do let us know if you find any more, because nothing beats live testing after all.
Vampire the Masquerade Companion is going to release in December. It's going to be completely free. And the only thing you need to do to redeem it is go to our website and register your account. And this way you will be able to get the message as soon as the companion is ready to download. We do plan to create additional community assets, which will get you familiarized with the new clans beta. If you haven't visited our Pinterest yet, it has mood boards for all of the existing V5 clans, and the 3 new ones are going to be there too. We plan to show you our inspirations and also feature these clans in the upcoming actual plays on our Twitch channel.
Martina was asking me if we're going to see any of the material in the Vampire the Masquerade Companion in some of the streaming chronicles, like LA by Night or Seattle by Night. And the answer is yes. You will see the Tzimisce, the Ravnos, and the Salubri in our streaming chronicles, but only at a dramatically appropriate moment.
Right now, the Vampire the Masquerade Companion team are finalizing content. Justin's hard at work on both the Sabatsec book and Werewolf the Apocalypse, and on the horizon are some sub-brands you'll be very happy to see redeveloped. It means the TTRPG line will continue to grow, and with Renegade's expertise, capacity, and passion for World of Darkness, we'll be back announcing some very, very cool products pretty soon.
So if you're interested in the intricacies of Sabat in the 5th edition, that's coming. We will share more information about the upcoming lineup of books in general. So if you're waiting for Second Inquisition, Player's Guides, War of the Apocalypse core book, we will have info on all of those. Remember that you can always find us on the weekly stream on Thursdays, twitch.tv/World of Darkness, and on Discord, where we are all the time, discord.gg/World of Darkness. Let us know what you think about all of that, because I am going to be watching. Thank you so much for listening to the brand team today, and remember, don't get lost in the night.